Pirate Warriors 4 is a Musou game, right? And what use is a Musou game without some fun costumes to play around with? Now, while we wait for Okiku Scans, which is probably going to be releasing around probably in a week or so, sometime in November, definitely we're going to get some Okiku Scans and trailers. While we wait for that, let's talk about costumes. Now, I'm one of those people who does believe that there is going to be a DLC Season 2. I'm probably overthinking it, daydreaming, whatever, but I'd like to see some costumes. I'd like to see at least a pack with just costumes. I'd pay for it, definitely sure, because the game has gotten pretty stale. We've been playing with the same characters, same missions, same maps. At least I'd like to spice it up with some new costumes, right? What do you think? Now, anyway, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is a little bit weird because in the other games, in the other 1, 2, and 3, we had a lot of costumes. Every character had at least a couple of costumes and even had movie costumes. We had a lot of movie costumes from Strong World, and this one has no costumes. They even went ahead and removed the existing costumes for canon characters. Like Hancock, for example, just has one costume, the purple one, and if you bought the deluxe version, you get another costume, which is not canon, by the way. And Law has a lot of costumes removed. Even Akainu's post-time skip, the only thing changes is his mustache, basically a beard mustache, French beard thing, and they even went ahead and removed that. So all we have with Akainu is his post-time skip, clean shaved version. Now, I would like some costumes, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would appreciate some costumes. So I made a couple of lists to go over. So one by one, let's go over it. The first one I'd want is Olin. Now, a lot of people like Big Mom, a lot of people hate Big Mom. Whichever one you are, maybe you'd appreciate Olin. I want Olin to be without Devil Fruit. Why? Because in the canon material, in the manga and the anime, when Big Mom loses her memory, she becomes Olin. And she does not have her Devil Fruit. She has it, she doesn't remember to use it. And she uses Brute Force to take out Queen. Now, Kaido's base form also uses just brute force. Like, he basically just uses his, mace to smash around things. So Olin, in my mind, would play just like that. So she has her, her Olin hairstyle, and she would play with just brute force. She'd just punch things around. She would use her, slam dunk move on Queen, and she would use the whirling thing and all that kind of stuff. So I would like to see Olin do that. Will it happen? Probably not, because even if they do costumes, I don't think they would go ahead and create a brand new moveset for a character like Big Mom. If it's like a Straw Hat, of course, they would go up and beyond for these guys to create a brand new moveset. But for side characters, I don't think so. So anyway, that's a wish list of mine. The next one is Big Mom in a kimono. For people who have read ahead in the manga, you know that Big Mom wears a kimono in Onigashima. She has her own completely different hair, the Orobi style, the Komurasaki style hair, probably. And she has a nice kimono, and she looks really good in that. She looks completely different from the original Big Mom, who's just wearing a nightgown. So I like to see Big Mom in a kimono in Wano. Can you imagine Big Mom in that outfit riding on Zeus or Prometheus? That would be really badass. So, Big Mom. Now let's move on to the really obvious ones that we should have gotten but we didn't have, which is Orobi, Sangoro, Usohachi, and Bonekichi. Franosuke also, throw him in there as well. Now, why it's so weird is that we have the remaining others. We have Zorojuro, we have Luffy Taro, and we have Onami. So while we have those, the set is not complete if we don't have these guys. So we need the Wano costumes for the remaining Straw Hats, which is one of the reasons that I believe that we are going to get a costume DLC pack, because it's so weird that they have one set completed, one half of the Straw Hats complete, and the other half is not. So we're gonna need those, and I'm hoping that we'll get it soon. The next is we want some Hancock costumes. I hate Hancock's purple costume. That's one of the reasons I never play her. But I'd like Hancock in her red costume from Amazon Lily, and she needs to have the cape back on or remove the cape, whatever. I need some good costumes for Hancock. So that one. The next thing is I want Prime Whitebeard. We have Whitebeard, so basically just put him in a new skin, give him his Prime Whitebeard, young Whitebeard, whatever skin, because we know that Whitebeard has his young form in the manga, and we know how he looks like, we know his color scheme, we know everything about Prime Whitebeard right now. So it should be easy for them to create a costume or a skin for him. The same thing with Big Mom. We do know, thanks to the, what do you call that, the SBS, we do know that Big Mom had a younger, more beautiful form in her 20s and stuff. So I would like to see Big Mom in her young age as well. Probably a lot to ask for, since Big Mom in her young form is not yet in the manga yet. I mean, she's there in her older, 40s or something like that, when she was seen in a flashback with Lola. But yet, I would like to see some Big Mom, younger Big Mom. Everyone will fall in love with young Big Mom, apparently, because she was pretty hot when she was young. Next is the Stampede costumes. I mean, a lot of people wanted the Stampede costumes for the Worst Generation. The Worst Generation don't have any costumes right now, and understandably, because they barely ever have a costume change. But in the Stampede movie, they have some really nice costumes that I put up on the screen right now. You can see what you call Rouge. Rouge gets a little bit of a palette change. Has some little oranges going on, and we have like someone like X Drake, who's pretty blah in the game. He has some nice green outfit going on. Apu has a complete change. He looks more, more different. He's green. And we also have Law, who has this really nice hoodie. And we have Luffy, yeah, I mean, he's a little bit different. But we have what's his name, Kid, Killer. All these guys have some really nice change in costume colors, just a coloration change, which is really appreciated in this game. Of course, the most important ones are Hancock. Hancock has a really beautiful costume in Stampede, and I really want Hancock's costume. The Straw Hats as well, of course. Usopp, and all these guys have some really nice costumes, so I'd like to see their costumes back for the game as well. Will it happen? Probably not. How many costumes can they add? But you can always dream. The next set I want to talk about is the Strong World costumes. Now, the Strong World costumes, people have been asking for it a long time. It was one of the most badass set of costumes. They all look really good in black. And will it come back? Probably not. If they did come back, it should start with the Wano outfits for the Straw Hats. So they have a lot to cover. Even if they did start bringing costumes back, it's really hard for them to go back to Strong World. So I really don't know if they'll bring back the Strong World costumes, but I really want the Strong World costume, especially because even Shanks has barely any costumes. He only has his one costume. So Shanks got his really nice black, suit with his nice cape and everything. So I'd really want to see Shanks as well get a nice costume. Other than that, these are pretty much the only costumes that I can think of. So if you have any costumes that you can think of, please let me know. These costumes would really spice up the game for me personally, because I like playing the game over and over again. I've been playing the game. It's like a really good stress relief for me. But the characters have become pretty redundant right now. They look the same. So a little bit change would be nice. So that's all I'm asking for. And maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But it's a fun discussion nonetheless. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Alright, take care, bye.